As you listen to this, you can close your eyes and begin to drift inside. And as you begin to drift inside with your eyes closed, you can begin to become absorbed in the sounds around you. Absorbed in thoughts and associations that come to mind. And you can focus on this experience more fully as you become more fully absorbed. And then you can begin to focus on the point just behind your nose, where you can notice the warmth or coolness of each in-breath and each out-breath. And you can focus on each in-breath and each out-breath, and as you continue to pay attention to each in-breath and each out-breath, you can begin to notice the sensation of a specific color that can begin to flow in with each in-breath, while any negativity can begin to flow out with each out-breath. And you can discover how that color begins to fill your body. It may fill your body from the feet upwards, or from the head downwards, or from the heart outwards, or perhaps it will spread from the lungs. And that color won't just fill up being confined to your physical body. It will spread to your spiritual self as well. It will truly and honestly begin to spread and radiate from you. And the more you continue to breathe in that way, the more loving kindness, that light, that color can radiate from your heart. And it may feel like it is radiating from elsewhere. And as that loving kindness radiates from your heart, that sense of loving kindness can begin to grow. And you know what it is like when you are out walking, perhaps through the countryside or elsewhere, and you see a sick animal, and you just feel an overwhelming urge to go over to help it with that strong desire to want to heal that animal. And in your mind, you can begin to experience what it is like to have a healing presence, to have healing hands, to have a healing touch. That seems totally instinctive. That seems to be a part of you. And with each breath, as that becomes more a part of you, any negativity can begin to become a part from you. And the more negativity you breathe out, the more loving kindness you can breathe in. And the more you breathe in this special way, especially when you are feeling drained and tired, the more recharged and revitalized you can feel, and the better you can sleep. And you have a sense of what it would be like to approach a sick animal, and hovering your hands near that sick animal, and beginning to feel the sensations between your hands and that animal. And it may be like a tingling sensation, or a pressure, or a warmth, or a coolness. And you can have that sense of sensation as you channel universal loving kindness into that animal. And as you channel that healing energy into the energy, into the life force of that animal. And then you can have a sense of another situation, a totally different situation. This time you see a distressed or upset friend or family member, and you instinctively go over to them and lay a hand gently on them, and so softly, and as you do, you notice something wonderful begin to happen. You begin to discover that healing energy, that loving kindness flowing from your fingertips, flowing from your hand, flowing into that person. And you can notice whether you see it happening or whether you can feel it happening. And you can go into a deep and focused state of mind, almost like going into autopilot, where you just instinctively carry out that transmission of loving kindness. And you can be curious about what the sensation is like as you transmit that loving kindness into that friend or family member, and how you notice as it begins to take effect on them, almost as if it is contagious, spreading good, positivity, and well-being. And as you continue to go deeper and deeper into this guided well-being, and as you continue to go deeper and deeper into this guided meditation, you can honestly and fully absorb and integrate your learning about how to spread loving kindness to those that you meet, and how you can begin to increase the karma so that the more you spread that loving kindness, the more loving kindness you get back. And this can happen instinctively. And as you follow this meditation deeper with each breath you take, you can begin to have your mind and body filled with loving kindness, so that you can begin to see the world through this perspective of loving kindness. And you can be curious about how this will alter your experience of the world around you. And that loving kindness can appear to emanate from your body, and you can discover how that loving kindness emanates, whether it is in pulses, or whether it is with a glow, or whether it is like electricity spreading out from your fingertips, or whether it will be like the light of your spirit. And you can drift more comfortably as you meditate on the breath. Meditate on allowing that loving kindness to spread throughout your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul. And the more you breathe as you are now, the deeper absorbed you will become. And during this meditation, your mind can become free from thought, and you can enjoy freedom. And you can enjoy that freedom in a way that suits you, in a way that feels natural. And you can find yourself absorbing and learning and integrating your own self-expression of loving kindness and healing. And meditating on your breathing can help loving kindness flow through your body and flow out into the universe to touch on those that need it. And if there is anyone that you know that would be helped by meditating compassion and love for them and for their well-being, you can take some time to think of them now and hold them in mind to create a connection between you and them, almost like a golden thread that can allow healing, well-being, compassion, and loving kindness to spread from you and into them. loving kindness can interact within the energy of others. It can feed in pleasure and healing and a connection with those that it touches. And get a sense of that loving kindness being transmitted into the hearts and souls of every living being, allowing you to see and connect with the inner beauty of others, and you can see the inner beauty of other. And there is a story about a Buddhist monk. He went to a temple and took his new expensive shoes off at the door. After he had finished praying, he returned to the door only to notice his shoes were missing. The monk calmly left the temple and went home. When he arrived home, he was asked where his shoes were. The monk replied that they were taken. He was only asked, "Didn't that make you angry?" "No," replied the monk. "I can only apologize to the thief that I have created. Had I not worn such expensive shoes, I never would have tempted a far less fortunate person to feel the need to steal." And you can discover how every unkind act leads you to feel a sense of compassion and understanding and loving kindness to others. And in a moment, you can drift back to the here and now, holding on to the feeling and perspective of loving kindness. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes.